Por favor, para Eli Roth.
¡Woo! Más fuerte, un aplauso, por
Más
favor.
fuerte, más fuerte. Allá,
Wow. Hello, hello. Nice to meet you too.
¿Qué tal? What's up, Mexico? ¿Qué tal, motherfuckers? ¿Todo bien? Look at all these beautiful people, my God.
I know.
Incredible. I love it.
We just have the sunset down, you know. All the light, the outside light is already gone, so the moment of all the horror movies and characters, it's the moment for the CCXP right now.
Well,
How are you?
I'm so happy to be here. I was in Brazil at CCXP, and it feels like I'm right back at home. I love Mexico City. Me encanta Mexico. You guys have been amazing since Hostel. We got the D certification, the only movie that ever got it for violence. And then I was here with Bastardos sin Gloria in Morelia Festival. And then I came back to Morbido Festival with Viernes Negro. So you guys, it's the best. I feel right at home here.
Yeah,
that's
but
nice.
that's right. We saw you at CCXP last year, so now we're here in Mexico. Were you already missing us?
What's that?
Were you already missing us?
Missing
I was
CCXP.
missing you guys, of course. As soon as I left, I pinned the CCXP to my Instagram. I loved it. It was so much fun. It was too short of a trip. So I was so happy when you were coming to Mexico and that I had a movie. Did you guys see the Borderlands trailer? Did you guys like it?
Yes, of course.
Well, I think the question is, you are already a Borderlands fan, and I also want to know if you're a gamer, like a true gamer.
No,
maybe.
I'm not a true gamer.
Okay.
I'm not even a fake gamer. I'm so bad at it. Look, I had a point where so much of my life was playing video games, and then I think probably I started meeting girls that found me attractive, so that part went away. But no, I'm at the point now where either I'm going to make movies or play video games, because so much of my brain was devoted to it. But I'm fully committed to writing Viernes Negro 2. So if I'm going to do that, I can't play games. I just have to sit and focus. My job, if I want to be the best horror director or one of the greats of all time, is to watch as many movies as I possibly can. So that's really what I like to do. I just, watch everything. A lot of great Mexican horror.
Sounds a
of
great
course.
plan, also.
Yeah.
What's your favorite snack? Sorry. What's your
go
favorite
on.
snack for seeing movies?
Oh,
Well,
good question.
I'm for sure a popcorn guy, but if I want something chocolatey, I go with Junior Mints.
Okay.
But, then I get too fat, I can't get out of the chair. So now it's celery juice and almonds. It's so sad.
In the UK, I was introduced to Maltesers. Have you got that?
Yeah, but Maltesers are gross. We used to, when we were kids, we were assholes at the movie theater. So we'd lick jujubes and throw them, and if someone was on a date and we liked the girl, we would just try and throw them at the guy to ruin his date, so he would leave, just because we were jealous.
But talking about your movie here, Borderlands, you were saying that you have to focus on the movie. Adapting a game into a movie. What's the research that you have to do it's just you go to YouTube and see people playing, you go to watch other adaptations. We didn't used to have good adaptations of games coming. Now we're in a very good point.
Yes. Well, I played the game, obviously, and then you can watch people much better than you on YouTube. But what's great when you have Randy Pitchford and his wife, who created the game, doing a playthrough with me. If I'm stuck in something, they're like, oh, come on. So they'll put me in a game with the best gamers so I could shortcut. But really, my job is, as a director, I read the script, I visualize, and I think about my favorite sci-fi movies. Starting with Star Wars, but then Escape from New York, and crazy things like Barbarella. I love Barbarella. But also Fifth Element. Fifth Element is one of my favorite movies. Mad Max, Road Warrior. And when there's great science fiction, the world is completely insane. You have insane costumes, wild visuals, and just rules of another planet 3,000 years in the future. You look at James Cameron and Avatar and the detail in his world. You look at Tarantino and the detail in Tarantino's world. That's what I need to bring. But everything is for the story and for the movie. And I said to Randy, the creator, I'm going to have to change some things because what works great in the game might not fit right in the movie, and I have to adjust it. It's an adaptation. And when you have a creator like Randy, he's like, no, go for it, do something great. Plus, I could put my own insane humor. I was like, you're not going to bring me in for the normal version of Borderlands. You're going to bring me in because I'm going to do stuff that's totally insane and inappropriate and probably shouldn't ever be in a movie.
And speaking,
I think
But the
people
fans
like
love
it.
The fans love it. I'm the director that people watch it and go, I can't fucking believe someone did that in a movie. And I want that whether it's a kid's movie or whether it's a horror movie or whether it's a fun sci-fi.
Yes, I'm with you.
You get it.
and speaking of creating a movie, you wrote the screenplay, the script with Craig Mazin, that hands down knows a thing or two about adapting video games since he worked in the Last of Us series. So can you tell us a little bit more about how did his point of view help you guys to create the story of Borderlands?
Yes, Ariana Roth, the producer, and Randy, they spent, I think, 7 years with bad scripts, or one script after another, not Craig. They would try it, and Randy would just say no. He's like, I don't need the movie, I have the games. So the script has to be amazing. Finally, Craig Mazin came in, and he really found the right story, because there's so many characters. How do you choose, and what direction do you go? It's like Dungeons and Dragons, it's a whole world, so you have to pick an idea. So Craig wrote a terrific script, but when I came onto it, Craig was already about to start The Last of Us. So when he was basically off the movie and figuring out The Last of Us, but then I come in with my own ideas so I could rewrite the movie. And I love Craig, he was great. He's like, no, it's Eli's movie, do it. So I bring in my own ideas, my own point of view. But Craig really cracked the story and the characters, then I can add more characters and more humor and more insane. There was a lot of stuff that in the script just said, I'm sure the director will be great, let the director figure it out. I'm like, thanks, Craig. But that was also the fun, is that it was, okay, yeah, the script actually, the story was there, but there was so much more for me to add to it.
Talking about characters, there's Claptrap that's being played by Jack Black.
Yes.
And he's also a very good, funny guy to be with.
Yeah.
But we would like to see if any of us here would make a good Claptrap, like a good enough for the Spanish dub.
Okay.
Can we try? Like
Okay.
audition?
Okay.
Or audition? I don't know if audition is a good...
Yes. In the audition sense you mean here, yes.
Okay. Who wanna goes first?
But may we hear his voice in Spanish first or no?
How does Claptrap sound in Spanish? Can we hear that?
Or maybe we can try without the training first.
Okay. Yeah.
Janin?
Wait.
All right. All right. I'm gonna try first
Okay.
for
Okay.
you.
Yeah, you speak Spanish, so be my guest.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Expulso el exceso de plomo. No puedo hacerlo si todos me miran. De hecho, olvídenlo. Puedo. Sí puedo.
Wow.
How was it?
That
Do
was-
you like it? I mean, I have to see the scene. It will be easier,
Yeah.
so I can do more lip syncing, you know? You wanna try, Gio?
I think I want to see Eli try. Is it possible? Maybe.
Hola. Soy Claptrap. Soy un robot muy dramático y muy annoyoso.
¡Aplausos para Eli Roth!
Love it.
Muy bueno.
Gracias.
How was to control Jack Black on the booth?
There is no controlling Jack Black. There's only, you push record and stop. That's it. But
Okay.
look, we had made a movie together with A House with a Clock in Its Walls with Jack and Cate, so we knew each other. And Jack is the funniest, sweetest guy, but he'll just keep coming up with jokes and jokes and jokes and jokes. There's no off switch. You just record it for 7 hours and then pick the 2 minutes you need.
Okay, so can we hear then the Jack Black's voice? We have it?
The Jack Black's voice or maybe the Spanish dub?
Maybe.
Let's hear it.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
okay.
they got it. They got
Sí,
it.
they got it. No está escuchando.
¿Escuchó?
No, I don't. You do.
I heard it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
El exceso
Yeah.
de plomo. No puedo hacerlo si todos me miran. Ay, de hecho, olvídenlo. Puedo, sí puedo. Expulso el exceso de plomo. No puedo hacerlo si todos me miran. Ay, de hecho, olvídenlo. Puedo, sí puedo. Expulso el exceso de plomo. No puedo hacerlo si todos me miran. Ay, de hecho, olvídenlo. Puedo, sí
There you
puedo.
have. I
There
think.
it is, right there.
I think I
No
did
puedo
it.
hacerlo
I
si
think you
todos
might
me
have. I think
miran.
they might have to re-record now that we've heard yours.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to have a word with Corazon Films. We have time until the release. I think we can fix it.
Please.
Say this is the
Invite
director.
me.
This is the director-approved version.
So, Eli, you were talking about the amount of characters. So, there are a lot of characters sharing the lead role, right? So, I have a question that might compromise you, but I want to know, with honesty, which one is the best character and why?
Well, best is subjective. I
Yeah,
can
of
tell you the
course.
story, the lead, it's Cate Blanchett. It's her story. It is about her journey. But then she's with Tiny Tina and Tanis, but the movie is told from her point of view. But the best character, God, I don't know. Claptrap is so good. I love Claptrap, but I love Tiny Tina. Tina's like the soul of the movie, and Ariana Greenblatt, this 13-year-old kid comes in.
Yeah, she's
She
amazing.
She does the best audition, and she's so funny. And I said, I want this to be a great performance, not like a great performance from a child, but just a great performance, like Natalie Portman in The Professional, Leon. And she turned around and she had a pillow of Natalie Portman from The Professional, Matilda. And I was
Wow.
like, wow. She goes, that's my favorite movie. I was like, all right, this girl's,
it.
we're gonna be good.
Yeah, of course.
And she was so funny and so insane. And then she said, what should I watch to prepare for the role? And I told her, I said, you should watch this movie. It's a very intense movie, a lot of action. It's called My Dinner with Andre, which is just two people having dinner. It's an art film from the early 80s. It's two people at dinner. And she watched it. And then I said, okay, you're ready for something really crazy. You need to watch a movie by a director named Andy Warhol called Empire. It's just an 8.5 hour shot, one shot of the Empire State Building. And it's on YouTube. And she watched it. And I was like, okay, she's as crazy as I am. So then we put them on an iPad in the monitor. So we'd be like, when we were shooting, I had like a little tent playing Empire or My Dinner with Andre. So everyone would be like, where's Ariana? We need you. And they would come in the tent and I'd be like, shh, shh. This is the scene where they get the wine and we're watching My Dinner with Andre. And then Jamie Lee Curtis comes in and goes, what the hell are you doing? I was like, shh, this is the part where they get dessert. And then Kate would come in, and then she's watching, and Kate's like, is this the Andy Warhol Empire State Building movie? And we would watch it, and then suddenly like, where is everybody? And then Kevin's like, what the hell is going? So it just became like an inside joke, and then we'd go out and film the craziest scenes ever. It was like perfect preparation.
Well, what a cast, what an ensemble this
it's
is.
Tiny Tina. Because
Okay,
she
perfect.
sat
Tiny
through
Tina.
Empire and My Dinner with Andre, and then would go completely crazy with grenades and explosives, and just flips and handstands. And she wanted to walk on walls. She was doing all her own stunts. She was a lunatic.
So, hands down to Ariana, right?
It's Ariana, for sure.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I'm actually writing movies with Ariana now.
Cool.
She's so funny. And we said, she wants to write horror movies. And we have an idea for a horror movie and a comedy. And I said, I'll teach you how to write. You're so smart. We'll produce it together. I'll direct it. You'll star in it. And then now we have two ideas. So we're like racing both ideas. So I thought, well, I'm not going to be able to write 16-year-old girl dialogue. And she's like, well, I'm going to write The Great Kills. But it's the opposite. I write all the teenage girl dialogue, and she writes the most insane, violent ideas. It's hilarious.
That's amazing.
It's so much fun. So yeah, she's my new creative writing partner. Is Ariana
Violent,
Greenblatt.
creative partner, like.
Yeah, like that's it. Like, who do I want? What do I want to do? I want to write movies, like insane movies, and make them with Ariana. We had the best time.
Fucking A.
And since you mentioned horror movies, when we see like directed by Eli Roth, we automatically think about a horror, gory movie. Does Borderlands has some of horror storytelling in its own story, or not at all?
It has the craziness, and I can't believe he did that. something that where it's like totally inappropriate and sick, and you're not supposed to do that in a movie. There's a lot of that. And I used creature guts and gore. So you see lots of like, we're on a planet, another planet 3,000 years in the future. So I got to have monster gore and things like that. So yeah, you'll definitely see my sense of humor in there.
Okay.
Like robots pooping.
What's that?
Like robots shitting.
Like robot shit. That was my pitch. I said, what happens to the robot when you shoot him? They said, you can't kill Claptrap. He just gets shot and gets shot and gets shot. And I go, okay, well, where do the bullets go? They go, I don't know. I go, and I thought of my dog. I have a Frenchie, a French bulldog, and she won't poop in front of me. She won't. She like gets really shy and she does this face and she goes, looks at me like, Dad. I'm like, sorry. And I look away. I'm not looking.
Oh,
and then
cute.
she goes in the corner and she hides her face. She's so ashamed. And so I filmed her and I animated Jack Black. I said, what if the movie, basically it's Cate Blanchett's being an action hero and the movie stops for Jack Black to shit out the bullets. And he's like, I can't help it. I'm sorry. I can't control the timing of it. And it's suddenly you just see her going, are we waiting for this guy? So that's the spirit of the movie. The movie stops
Right.
to watch the robot shit the bullets.
That's amazing. I don't ever think we ever like did an ensemble movie like this before. Maybe Inglourious Basterds, for sure, but we are not like directing into it. Forlani, you want to ask some things about the inspiration?
You were talking about all the actors that you've ensemble here. How is to pick, like, you just got the best actors in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
How the fuck, man? How do you get them?
Well, they like working with me. People like my movies, amazingly. I know, shocking, right? No, I mean, look, Cate and I had an amazing experience, and Jack and the House of the Clock in its Walls. And Kate's like, Kate said you're not allowed to make another movie without me. So when Cate Blanchett says that, you
She's
listen.
perfect. Yeah.
So, of course, I went to Cate first, and I said, I know everyone loves you with the conductor stick. I want to see you with a flamethrower. And she said, okay, let's do it. And once you have Cate, I went to Jack. I was like, are we putting the band back together? So we get Jack Black. And then as soon as you have Cate and Jack, Jamie Lee Curtis wants to be in it. So it all came together. Then Kevin was like, please, I want to do action. Everybody with me has permission to go crazy. They get permission to go fucking nuts. You know, they're going to work with me because they're not doing the typical things they do in other movies. They know I'm going to go completely insane, that I don't give a fuck about, winning an Oscar kind of thing. I just want to make a great classic movie. I only care if 25 years from now people are still watching it. I'm really thinking about the audience 30 years from now, and if it holds up in its own way. So that's my point of view, is I'm a fan, and I'm also an actor. So I know how they think, I know how to work with them, I know how to approach a scene, I know how to make it fun, I know how to bring, I want people to see these actors going, for everything they've done in their career, for all I've never seen that from them. I've never seen Cate. And then you talk to her, and her favorite movie is Escape from New York.
Oh, yeah?
And you wouldn't know that, because why would you ask her about Escape from New York on the Tar press junket? But she loves it. She loves Evil Dead and Escape from New York. And that's why we get along, is we love the same movies. And she knows that I'm going to give something totally nuts, and she trusts me. And we brought a performance out of her. With me, she has permission to go crazy. They're just having fun. And same thing with Jamie, just wanted to go nuts. And Kevin, we talked about Will Smith going from Fresh Prince to Bad Boys, and Eddie Murphy going from 48 Hours to Beverly Hills Cop. And I said, we can do that transition. We can do something with Ariana, I said, let's do the best performance by a young actress since Natalie Portman in The Professional. She said, okay. And I said, with Florian, you're going to have this crazy dialogue, but we're going to understand what you mean. And he said, let's do it. So that was it with Jack Black. I said, he loves Claptrap, and he got it. Jack, you don't have to tell him anything. He knows exactly what to do. So it was great. Then we have Edgar Ramirez and these Gina Gershon, who's an icon, who I love from Showgirls and Bound and so many great films. And then Bobby Lee, just Janina Gavankar, lots of great people came.
I think that you make it sound so easy, but like right now I feel like pressed and stressed and worried because, you have really good actors with you. You're a really good director in here and in other projects for sure. But also you have digital and all these effects things going on and a lot of people in this movie. So how do you manage? And that
It's
was
a lot.
I didn't want to compare with Inglourious Bastard because there's a lot of people in it, but in here too. So how was it managing all these things and also giving them the permission to go nuts?
It's like being a camp counselor and a zookeeper. The animals, you gotta keep them, you know, they can't fight, they've all gotta get along.
But stay in your cage, behave
But
well.
stay in your cage, behave, you'll be fed, we'll clean you, don't worry. No, it was great. I mean, they're also fun. It was like being with a big family. You know, it was in lockdown, so we were in a city where you couldn't do anything other than make the movie. But, you know, my job as the director is to keep your eye on the film and to keep everyone focused. And David Lynch gave me the best directing advice before I made Cabin Fever. He said, Eli, keep your eye on the donut, not the hole. I was like, what? And he's
Fair
like,
enough.
eye on the donut, not the hole. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, the donut is everything that's recorded in front of those 24 frames per second. That's the donut. The hole is the drama, the bullshit, the petty, and it can suck you right in. It's a black hole. And your job is to keep everyone eye on the donut. And so that's always my mantra, is that no matter how crazy it gets, it doesn't matter if it's not being recorded in front of the camera. So you just keep everyone having fun, having loose, having a good time, but really just
Keep the eye on the
yeah,
donut.
just eye on the donut, not the hole. But then, you know, you have visual effects, you have references, but a lot of times I'm acting it out.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have claptrap on set.
Really?
We had a stuffy that was like a made-up claptrap, like a dummy, and then so you could get wear the eye line, and then I would act it. We had Jack's voice playing, so we'd play Jack's voice, but like if it's Cate, I would squat down and go, I'm claptrap, I'm really annoying. Kate's like, okay, we got it. And I would, no, and I would keep doing it, because claptrap's supposed to be annoying. So they were like, Kevin's like, Eli, do not do it. Do not do claptrap. I'd be like, why? What's wrong with me doing it? So in the scenes, we would film it once with me, and the actors, and then it became a joke with the cast, like, no, Eli, we got it. We don't. I'm like, yeah, but let's just film one, just so we, you know, and they just drove them crazy. But then it got them into the mood of claptrap. So my job is to get them in the mood, get them in the tone of the movie that I want, but then also, like, I'll over-explain all the visuals. I'll show them drawings. I'll show them story. I'm like an open book. I share everything with them.
And how do you balance? Because in a big movie like this, you have lots of effects that you're gonna add later. But did you have some how do you call it? Gosh, I forgot the name.
Tell me.
Huh? No, I forgot in English. Props and explosions happening. Do you have proper things that happen as well, or is
Do I have physical effects, or is it all digital?
Effects? Yes.
No, we really blew shit up. The guys in Borderlands were amazing. I mean, I want it as much practical as possible until it becomes, you know, impractical. So, you know, Gege, who's our explosives expert, we'd go out in the field and he would test different explosives. Like, that's a 30, that's a 60, that's a 90, that's a 200. In fact, I set up a bunch of charges and I ran through it myself to show Cate, and then I did an action hero shot, we ran through it together, you know, blowing things up. Because I think that when you really blow things up, yes, you might explode your actors, but they really react differently. Now, sometimes when you have flying ships and the guns were non-functional. That was all digital. But we could, you know, have fire, we could blow. When I threw Tina would take a grenade and she would throw it, and then on the other side, we'd have a huge explosion, and you could feel the heat and the blast from the actors, and it was real, and the reactions are so much different. Plus, we have the art department from Dune. They had just done Dune, so we had all the art team from Dune.
Nice.
So when we wanted to build the Hyperion trucks, when we wanted to build the Outrunners, when we wanted to build Sanctuary City, they built it. So we were there, we could be in it, we could feel it. And the actors were saying, it's so great that we're not just on a green screen. Yeah. And that there's some of that, a little bit, but that when we were on the sets, you're actually there. We could do digital set extensions and flying cars, but for the most part, there's one sequence, they all wanted to fight. Everybody wanted to fight. So we found these tunnels that go under Budapest. They're called the beer tunnels. There's no beer in them, I'm sorry. But they were used by like the Nazis and stuff. I mean, it's crazy, the history there, but they go on for like 30 kilometers. And you can drive in them, and there's bike races in them. but they're so rotted and wet and cold. I thought we're gonna have a whole sequence in here. So I put hundreds of bandits just coming at them, shooting, and I was like, two are gonna drop down here. Now this guy comes and smashes, now you stab him in the eyes, then Jamie, you shoot him in the face, and I threw hundreds and hundreds of stunt guys just at them, and I did it like the Paul Greengrass, you know, the children, also like a Children of Men kind of shot where you're just following them with the camera and moving the camera around, and it's all happening with you. We're with them in the frame as they go around the corner and there's one there, and it was just, you know, bandit after bandit after bandit, and we got it. We just shot it. And it is the kind of thing where it's like this faith-based system where you just like pray to God that it works out, because you're you're talking a pretty fucking big game to the studio going, hey, give me all this money, it's gonna be great, and then you're like, shit, this better work. But then you see them actually doing it, and that's when Roland's a soldier, she is a bounty hunter, Krieg is a warrior, like she, you know, Tiny Tina is totally insane, Claptrap is just bouncing between all of them. It was so much fun.
Cool. It's like RPG, you know?
Yeah, it was.
But while we were talking, I was thinking with myself, like, there's so many stuff and you are talking with so much passion about it. So I think everyone here is really excited to check Borderlands out. But first of all, are you thinking about making like a franchise of it? Because it seems like a huge universe. Or is it a standalone act for now?
Well, that depends on you guys. Do you guys want to see it? You going to see it in the theaters? There you go. I mean, if people go see it in the theaters, the world is so rich and so deep. And we already, you know, I try not to get too ahead of ourselves of, oh, we could have this, so we could tease that, we could do that. There's so many people that we wanted to put in the film. We would love to continue it, but that is entirely up to the fans. If people come out and see this in a theater opening weekend and support it on the big screen, I guarantee they're going to have one of the best nights of their life at the movies, and we would love to continue it.
So over that stage, are you animated to see Borderlands? Are you excited?
You have to go to the theater, guys.
Thank you so much, Eli.
Thank you so much, Siobhan.
We love to talk to you, and we are really, really anxious to see Borderlands.
Oh, yes.
Can we have a picture with you?
Yes, let's do it.
Thank you.
Eli Roth, everybody.
Por favor, un súper grande aplauso para Eli Roth. Man, I love the way you are making like things happening, you know, the things going in your mind, you just make it with your team for sure. Let's have a picture. Sorry. Thank you. So nice to meet you, Eli. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Eli Roth, everybody!
Thank you, Eli.
Thank you.
Oh my God. ¿Están ansiosos por ver esa peli ya?